Hello, welcome to John's Author Diary for the week ending December the 15th, 2019. I've had another disrupted week. So I knew that I had only 3 writing days this week because of the election. So my son on Thursday was at home with me because his school was a polling station. Had a really fun time, so no complaints there. On Monday, I got the first 2 chapters written for Temperance, which is book 14 of the Ravenglass Chronicles. And I've also been doing my redraft of Black Death London. That's been going well. I have really enjoyed the story. I think the story's strong. It's probably the darkest thing I've ever written, but that's not a problem. It was fun to write, and that's what's important. So for the last 3 days, we've had a decorator working in our kitchen. So we had our kitchen done, we had all the plastering done and all that. And we called up a decorator a few days ago saying, when are you available? And he said, I've actually got 3 days free this week, or else it's going to be January. And we just thought, screw it, let's get it done before Christmas. So that's been disruptive. We've had to move quite a few things out of the kitchen, and I find it impossible to dictate when there's someone else in the house. Can't concentrate, can't get into that zone. So I've just been editing, doing audio stuff, things like that. So it's not been great. But next week, I'm going to get my head down and get Temperance finished. Now, my wife has Tuesdays off, so we did the last read of Death, which is book 13 of the Ravenglass Chronicles. And we got that formatted, got that uploaded to Amazon, so that will come out today, the 15th. The series is doing really well at the moment. I'm really pleased with how much the box set is making. So I mentioned last week that I'm going to treat us to a holiday with what I earned in November. What I earned with this month, we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to be ploughing it all back into the business, so it's going to be spent on advertising and things like that. Because I think one of the troubles I've had over the last year is having cash flow in order to reinvest, in order to grow my business. And I think with this influx of money that's come in from the box set, I will be able to do the things that I want to do. I'll be able to do some more tests on things like Facebook ads and BookBub ads and not feel like it's a big risk doing that. I've read quite a few non-fiction books recently, and I've tried starting a few fiction ones. I think when I finish a really good fiction series, it's really difficult for me to get into a new story. So I've read quite a few non-fiction books recently, and the one I'm on at the minute is called Supernatural by Graham Hancock. So this is basically about the links between mystical experiences and hallucinogens and stories about fairies and fae and shamanism and alien abductions and things like this. So it's really out there as a book, but it's just fascinating to read anyway. My current and the next Ravenglass book are going to be delving into shamanism and developing Cat as a seer. So looking at this has been helpful in terms of research. Finally, I think I am going to close my Patreon down in the new year. I've been pushing it on my newsletter and mentioning it, I think, every week for the last few months on this podcast, and I've had no new subscribers, so it's not worth the $2.60 that I get in my account at the end of the month to post these short stories. So I apologise to the people who are subscribers. I appreciate your support, but I will be knocking that on the head in the new year. It's not worth it to me, unfortunately. So next week I'm going to have a normal author diary, and then that'll be the last one of the year. After that, I'll probably do what I did last year and do a bit of a review, maybe look at my goals for 2019. I think what's funny is my goals for 2019 included getting Black Death out, getting Wasteland 4 out. So it's the end of the year and still no end in sight with those. So Black Death is with the co-author. Hopefully this will get done early new year. I do have a first draft of Cleric of the Wasteland, and I also have a first draft of Blind Reset that I need to do. So I'll talk more about that in a few weeks. So until next time, cheerio.